it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo!
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman Hack. How the hell is it going today?
I'm counting down the hours right now. We're about 130 hours away from kickoff to the Super Bowl. And Brandon Graham has been showing some signs that he's going to play this weekend.
Wow. If we can get BG out there, that would be a great
like
lift.
Like the old BG?
Yeah, that would be a great lift for the team. I mean, especially what he did against the Patriots and Tom Brady. I mean, Super Bowl legend. I mean, he really sealed the deal for us there in that Super Bowl, and Brandon Graham.
And right now, isn't he like close to like 200 games or something? He's like one of the top guys.
I think he might already have it. He's got to already have it.
Yeah, I think
he's got more than Lane.
Yeah, I think he's the all-time.
He's the all-time leader.
So he must be around 200 then.
Yeah,
because we had like 5 guys like 2 years ago over like 150 games for us.
Yeah. This game, I mean, it's a championship game. You got the Eagles, you got the Chiefs going for history, going for the three-peat. Obviously, they won the first of their back-to-back against the Eagles 2 years ago. Everything that Andy Reid did as coach of the Eagles in the years here. Hack, I got to ask you about Andy. What were your thoughts with him as the head coach of the Eagles? Were you ultimately like okay when the Eagles let him go? I mean, like,
yeah, but I understood why he left.
Right.
The thing is, his son died at like training camp or whatever, in his hotel room or whatever it was, and I think Andy needed a change of venue.
Right.
That's what I think.
I think everybody did. And
true.
Yeah, and when all that was going down, it was like, I never was like, hey man, Andy's a bad coach. It was just like, man, it's just time. It's just time. It's been what, like 12 years, 12, 13, however many years it was.
He's got like 301 victories now.
Yeah.
Well, he's he's the leading win for both Eagles and Chiefs franchise. He's the head.
That's crazy.
He's the leader
That's
of
pretty
both.
impressive.
2 all-time historic franchises.
That's, you know what? Now that I didn't think about it like that, but that is super impressive. What a career!
He could be the all-time winningest coach in NFL history.
If he continues.
If he's chasing
like
the Shula record.
4 more years to get there. He's got to get to like 350, I think.
Yeah, he's got a couple more years to go.
Shula had like 325. Who beat Shula?
No one.
Nobody.
Shula hasn't.
Belichick was like 10 away or something like that.
16 wins away, Belichick.
Oh, so maybe he doesn't.
And Andy was like 20 or something behind
that.
him.
Who's got the most wins?
And Andy was like
Shula.
Let's see how many.
And Brandon Graham, 206 games played for the Eagles.
Okay.
Wow.
He got drafted in 2010. So
wow.
Yeah.
So that actually reminds me of back in the Ron Jaworski days when he was like the ultimate guy that played every week. I think he played like 150 in a row or something like that.
That just shows you the longevity that Brandon Graham has had in his career.
No, yeah, it's a joke.
It's amazing.
But you got Lane Johnson, who's not too far behind. Jason Kelsey's not too far behind. Our left tackle, Peters, he was right up there.
Yeah.
So Shula has 347.
Wow. Okay. So
Belichick 333.
Which he's maybe done.
2. And then George Halas with 324.
Okay.
And then Andy Reid's 4 with 301.
So he's got 3.5 years or so of
but
potential
actually,
wins.
the winner really there is
like
George
48.
Halas because he had at least 4 less games to play in every season that he coached. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was probably 12-game seasons.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Well, but I'd wonder how many games you think Andy's won in the like playoff games. So like You know what I'm saying? That are
Oh, he's got fucking like 15 just with this team in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that could minimize some of the regular season gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's how many playoff wins?
Was
he's got
George
compared to
Harris the Packers, Pat?
No, he was Bears.
Okay, the Bears.
Yeah.
But time-wise, it's like because they were both in the league early.
Right. So the spread for the game came out. It's stuck at Chiefs minus 1.5, and it's still there. And the total's at 48, 49.5. What do you guys think about the game in terms of like props, anything like that? I think if you're betting on the game and if you like the Birds, you got to take either Saquon or Hurts for MVP instead of taking the game. You get a little more juice on the odds there. And same if you like the Chiefs, you just take Mahomes for MVP.
I heard Travis is
He's sexy odds. Yeah, his odds are they're pretty decent
to score a touchdown. I think he's the lowest odds.
Okay, for touchdown props.
Yeah.
I mean,
him and over Saquon.
that's
No, but
But the funny thing is Saquon will get down there and then Hurts will get the touchdown. So like those touchdown odds are for Saquon
for
are like
MVP.
strange.
You can get Mahomes at plus 110. Saquon's plus 280. Hurts is plus 350. Travis is plus 1800. But
That's a nice.
It's nice, but I can't see if Mahomes has 2 touchdowns to Travis, he's still going to accumulate rushing yards and maybe another touchdown. So I don't know why you would take Travis for MVP. I don't see anybody else winning it.
Yeah, but if Trav has like 15 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, I mean,
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's Hurts in all this?
Hurts plus 350.
Okay.
Which I like that. Instead of betting the Birds.
You looking at it currently?
Mahomes even money.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter is plus 7,500.
Wait, there's only been one defensive guy that's won that.
Malcolm Smith won it a couple years ago for the Seahawks.
He's plus 7,500. What's
And
that?
Von Miller as well.
Yeah.
So
Denver?
Yeah.
So he's plus 7,500. What's Zach Bond?
Zach Bond is plus 9,000. So you get a nice little chunk right there. If you take, but Zach Bond would have to have like a pick 6 or something.
Well, dude, the Washington game, he had like, or it was the Rams game, he had like 12 tackles, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, like a pick or whatever.
Interception.
Yeah, a pick. That's what but that's the type of thing that could possibly get you.
Yeah, it would have to. There'd have to be a certain way the game would go for that to
as long
happen.
as Mahomes
Yeah, like a
doesn't have
13
2 or 3 touchdowns.
Well, yeah,
Right.
like a 17-13 game or something
Exactly.
with a lot of
That's
like,
where that comes
right.
in.
Yeah, right.
Defensive game.
Which, but these 2 defenses is a possibility. I don't foresee that happening, but
I don't know, dude. How can you have two of the literally the best defenses in the league and have the under/over still at almost 50?
It's telling you something to me.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, there's something there.
Super Bowl prediction time. We're going to go around. I'm going to give mine first. I'm being a homer. I don't care. I'm going 31-24 Birds to win the bowl. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I like the Eagles, and I think they take care of it. Ollie?
I'll go 34-21 Eagles.
Okay, 34-21. Ty?
I will say 29-22.
Weird scores.
Go Birds.
Wow, I like the 29-22.
I know, but I like the weird score.
Super Bowl squares, if you're in a block pool, you'd get a nice little 9-2.
Your little scorigori.
Yeah,
scorigami. That's
dead.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
9-2, you're like, that's a loser. But
Right. Dude, what if they won like 16 games by a 1-point score?
One possession game.
Yeah, so it's a 1-possession game, and a 1-possession game is obviously a Patrick Mahomes game, but
Well, you can't let it be one possession then.
yeah, but
what's
I
your
don't
pick? Well, you got to give a pick.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
gotta-
say
yeah.
no. Just give us a
all
pick.
right, you know what? I'll call overtime.
He's calling OT.
I'll call game win 1 and 0. Well, hey, dude, the
All
last
right.
time we played,
What's
they
the score?
kicked the field goal with 14 seconds left.
What's the score and who wins?
All right, I'm going to go with like 27-27 and Birds win in OT.
So Birds win 30-27
with a field goal?
in overtime. Okay, that's Hack's pick.
Had to really pull that one out.
Yeah, he did not want to
Well,
go.
no, because I just came up with it. And, dude, I haven't thought about it until you asked the question. Like, I mean, because your shit's like, it's being recorded now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sound like an idiot right now. So if KC blows us out 45-7, How good do our fucking
Okay, well,
So what?
then my predictions is as
Wrong.
good as everybody who on TV
Who's
picked
getting
the
paid to
Commanders
give one.
beat us.
Yeah. I know you want to be right, Hack. I feel you, but
All right, first of all, no, and everybody on TV did not pick the Commanders to beat us, dude. We were 6-point favorites.
I'm saying it. There's no difference.
Yeah.
They get paid. They get paid and talk about it, and they made that pick.
Yes, I get it, but you got to understand, they're on their third road game. You know what I'm saying? So you got to feel like that the Eagles are favored just for that reason. You know what I mean? Here, Andy doesn't lose off of bye weeks, but Sirianni doesn't really lose off of bye weeks either. You know what I mean? So, and it's the freaking Super Bowl, guys. They've been there. All right, we were there 2 years ago. We weren't there last year because of our blow up after like game 11 in the season. You know what I mean? So, but we got a lot of different guys in our secondary that have never played in a Super Bowl. They don't know what it's like. Guys on our defense, you know.
Yeah,
what I'm
they got
saying?
some new guys too. The only difference I like about this one is it's not going to be the Andy Reid against his old team. Now we've got that.
That's over with.
That got it out of the way. The Kelsey brothers thing
Gone.
That's out of the way. Now it's just mano a mano, play the game.
can you beat Patrick Mahomes,
Right.
the greatest winner of his generation? Can Jalen Hurts do it? One thing that I loved and I saw on social media this past week, and my friends were making fun of me because I brought it up last night, is the background on Jalen Hurts' phone, his lock screen, has been the Chiefs celebrating the Super Bowl 2 years ago. That's been on his mind. That's been something that he has as motivation every day since then. He is absolutely locked in, and I really hope that we take care of business. I'll be out there celebrating on Broad Street if we do. But go Birds. I know we're being homers. I don't care.
I'm not being a homer.
There's no
I don't
reason
care.
for us not to be.
I'm being a realist.
You are, but I'm being a homer. I don't care.
Yeah, there's no
Go
reason for
Birds.
us not to be confident in this team.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest. Like my dad texted me last week.
Yes,
He said,
but only because it's Kansas City.
"Okay, Hack, I got to ask you too because you're 61. My dad's 71. My dad said this is the greatest Eagles team he's ever seen. Now that means something for him to say that. Complete team. Where do you rank this in terms of Eagles teams that you've seen?
I mean, it's got to be right up there. It's not like the '91 team where we had the best defense in the league.
We have
with
the best
Reggie
defense
White.
in the league.
But we didn't have Jerome Brown and Reggie White, is what you're saying.
No, but we do have the best defense in the league, and their offense with this team is better than the '91 offense
with Randall and all
That's
that.
what I was getting to.
Okay.
That I couldn't trust Randall to do anything when Buddy Ryan's like, all he's got to do is make 4 or 5 good plays a game and we'll be fine. The dude never opened up a playbook. Like Michael Vick never opened up a playbook. Michael Vick be like, I'm going. Give me 2 seconds, nobody's open. Boom.
Yeah.
You know, so and you got Spagnuolo, that's their defensive coordinator.
Well, it's got nothing
you got our defensive coordinator that's never beaten Mahomes.
We're comparing Eagles teams, the greatest.
Where do you rank this team amongst the Eagles teams that you've seen?
But it's got to be right there in 1, 2, or 3. I'm not so sure it's
okay.
Like the Eagles, the Eagles. Just for me, like I don't go all the way back to like Buddy in '91, but like from the things that I've seen, like that 04 Eagles with T.O. was
special,
scary good. Now, like they didn't have the number, they had a good defense. They didn't have the number 1 defense, and I mean the weapons that this Eagles team has on offense just doesn't compare to back then. But nobody had those weapons back in there. Like now, I feel like everybody's almost got like 2 number 1 receivers and got like shit going on. Like back then, like you didn't have all that talent accumulated. Like teams just didn't have that. And with Westbrook and T.O.
Well, because you weren't allowed the movement in the league was like absolutely back in those days. You played for a team for a while.
Well, that, and I also just think that the influx of like really, really good wide receiver play has just been crazy. You know, the more the years have gone on.
To me, Ty's got a great point right there. Wide receivers and DNs to me are the 2 things that have gotten like elevated. Because dude, DNs were not making the most money in the league. You know what I'm saying? There's DNs that are making shitloads of money right now.
Yeah.
You
20,
know what I
30
mean?
plus million.
And wide receivers back in T.O.'s day weren't like super high paid player either.
No.
Fucking your running back might have been making more money than your wide receiver back then.
He was.
And now your running back's not making shit.
It's a different salary
Saquon's
structure.
got his $12 million, but it's different.
Yeah, so
Your money, where you're allocating your money back then to nowadays, is totally different.
it is. It really is. And it's a different game, too. Football has changed a lot over the last, 20, 30 years. But listen, this means a lot to this city. You always know when the city's...
Yeah, but has it? I think that people are starting to realize, like with Baltimore and Henry, us and our freaking dude, I think the game's turning it back to more of a running game than it was a passing game. I really do feel like that's the new thing coming.
I think it's shifting a little bit back to the... Because the NFL, it's always like, the pendulum goes one way and then defenses and teams react to that.
But
so
I
that
think
it goes
this
the
is
other
the
way.
new running back freaking era
I don't think it'll fully turn back to a running back thing, but I think teams will be way more open to styles of play. Meaning, hey, you don't have to fucking pass.
Yeah,
the
right.
ball.
You're not passing 65 to 35.
Right, there is
You know
other,
what I'm saying?
it is
There's more
possible. There is
balance.
other ways to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
There are more than one way to win a game, and the one thing I want to say about the area too is you always know Philadelphia area is getting juiced up when you see the pop out things outside of gas stations selling T-shirts and shit. There's the
I
one.
almost pulled into one today across the street from the liquor store.
I see.
But I already turned down Hack's pet peeve is,
Hack's PSA announcement.
oh my God, dude, I hate people that are selling Girl Scout cookies right next to the liquor store door. How you can't turn them down? You're going in to buy a bottle of liquor and you're going to tell this little girl, please, sir, could I sell you a box of cookies?
Sorry, hon, I only got enough for the booze. You know what I'm saying?
Do you got some Thin Mints in the
I
freezer?
was just going to say, please,
Support my community. No, and Hack came back and said that. He was like, I didn't have any. I'm like, Hack, you can't be mad at them because that's exactly what you would pull.
Yeah.
With us, selling something listen, we're going to go right next to the liquor store. You guys are going to get...
yeah, so I don't know. The thing to me is, it's like...
entrapment.
They're guilt tripping you, man. That's what it is, dude.
It's entrapment. Yeah, literally.
I don't know. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, I always thought it was
Out of the goodness of your heart.
No, like religion. You know what I mean? How many Boy Scout troop dudes have been caught doing this and this
God.
and this
Yeah,
and that?
yeah, we know all
You know
about
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
So
horrible.
that's kind of like in my head. You know what I mean? Am I supporting more lesbianism?
What?
Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Well, think about it. In Boy Scouts and in the Catholic religion, dude, those guys abuse the little boys.
I think...
Isn't
Listen,
the
you want
same
cookies
thing
or
in
not?
women?
No, Hack. I don't know. I don't know.
did we get to
Let's get back on track about this. Okay. The one thing, too, I want to say...
No, dude.
Samoas and Thin Mints, dude.
I want to become a legislator here in Pennsylvania just so girls cannot sell Girl Scout cookies outside of the store.
There you go. That's Hack's PSA. All right.
Here.
Hack, I got to put over before we get into the Rumble show here that we recapped. You were on the Way of the Blade podcast with Phil Schneider. I got to listen to that interview. I thought he did a fantastic job of interviewing you. If you guys have the chance to check that out, we threw it up on our social as well.
Fuck that interview. These people get to hear me every single week.
Yes, I know.
They know
but
how great I am.
I know, but you really killed that interview. I thought you did a great job. And Phil,
It'll be nice to hear
totally
some.
straight.
totally straight. Wow, that's okay. There you go.
It'd be nice to hear somebody else interview
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
compared to
us, and we've heard a lot of those stories. I've heard a lot of those stories before, but it's always cool to hear you tell some of your stories and break down your career because you've had certainly an incredible career. And
Yeah, but I heard I killed it. I think they said I was trending just because of that interview. Just saying.
No, I think that was your last statement about the Girl Scout Association.
we're reviewing.
I'm trending.
We're reviewing the 2025 Royal Rumble. It was from
Wow, what a great Royal
Lucas
Rumble.
Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. They had about 67,000, I think, was the crowd that they had in there. It was a jam-packed arena. Hack, any memories of working in Indianapolis at that area?
No, I almost died there. That was the one thing.
The lips are turning blue?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the one thing. Besides that, though, Did you guys pay attention to the deal that they made with Indianapolis?
Yeah, they got a rights fee just to host the Rumble there.
Well, yeah, I know, but there's other future shows too that are involved going there.
Yes,
which they were saying was worth like $3 billion to Indianapolis. No matter if that's 5 shows in the next 8 years, whatever. But I think that we're going to start seeing that more with the new people that are running the WWE, that Indianapolis has this thing. I think Philly's going to have a deal. New York's going to have a deal to where they're saying, hey, we're doing this, and this in the next 5 years or whatever.
So you cut a deal.
Great money. It's genius. It really is.
You cut a deal for the rights to host certain number of events, and it's going to be big cities, not just in the U.S. but throughout the world.
Well, and
they're going to mix in these cities.
They also have like a huge kingpin right there in McAfee. Like,
he died. He put himself over on his show of getting it done.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that might be like part of the reason, or the main reason, like that would happen there because he's constantly there.
But that's the template now. You know what I'm saying? And now with the Rumble, it was in the United States. It was on Peacock, but everybody else on the planet got it on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So. To me, their business model is unbelievable right now on the hockey stick curve that this shit's going.
Yeah. To that point, too, about the world, did you notice when the talent would come out, they would have the little flags next to their name just to show you throughout the world where all their talent roster, they have these people from everywhere, and it's to tie in people from, say, you're watching in the UK or you're watching wherever.
You can associate yourself with that person.
You can associate yourself with that person, and I just thought... That's like I love the presentation of the Rumble too.
It was great with the ticker at the bottom.
Dude, that
was cool shit. That's like updated sports. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was cool as shit. The stuff that they put
how many people were in there? How many people been eliminated? What entrance is the next person at?
How many Rumbles you been in?
Yeah,
all kinds of shit, dude. Their business model is just so good right now for the planet.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
They'll be hiring me to go to. I guarantee you, they'll be wanting fucking like me and Dreamer, because other people that want to go to foreign countries. You know what I mean? All right, suppose you're making your
and you do.
Yeah, you do.
Well, yeah, for the money.
Oh God.
I gotta ask Hack about this show too. One of the things that I noticed too was this ramp. Oh my God, was that ramp long? And I was seeing it.
First thing I noticed.
I was seeing some of the talent walk and take their time, but I was seeing other talent run. Like, if you had a ramp like this to get to the ring, I mean, your entrance was usually through the crowd, but like, you're somebody whose entrance was so much about your character. What would you have done with
the
a ramp?
next wrestler would have passed me before I got to the ring.
You would have gotten lapped?
Yep. Okay. I would have got that. Totally. It almost happened there. Dude, who was the person we thought last night that was so slow that they gave him extra time?
Charlotte took a while.
There was a couple different times.
We're like, whoa. Where's the 2-minute warning coming from?
Yeah.
There was a couple different ones.
Somebody on the internet will figure that out.
The show started off with the Women's Royal Rumble.
Like I said.
Like you said, the first one out was Io Sky, and then Liv Morgan at number 2. She did a really long run in this Rumble. Liv Liv was in there for a long time.
Couple long powders.
A lot of laying under the ropes.
But there was at least maybe 8 girls where she came in and did the spot when the girl came in. She knew her number. Like, they'll do a Bianca spot, then they'll do another girl spot, a Chelsea Green, and then Liv would be right there for her spot. You know what I mean? Obviously, last night the show it's kind of disappointing when there's literally 10 people laying on the outskirts of the ring while the new person's coming in. and then they just do all these spots and shit like that. You know what I mean? There was a lot of downtime in this, like tons.
A lot. And I did notice, I thought less in the men's this year, but I did notice a lot in the women's for that, where it was getting clogged and kind of just like you said, rope.
We just kept saying, like, we got to get rid of some people.
Right.
Here. Like,
cycle them out, cycle in new people. And it's fine. The new person coming in and then you feed the new person because they're hot and they're fresh. Makes sense. But it looks a lot better when there's only 6 or 5 in the ring.
when you have space
to do it, and then you partner up, you marry up with somebody in the ring, in the corner, instead of just like falling under the ropes or laying there and selling too long. And it's some of my pet peeves with the Rumble, but we'll get into that. They did some work with like a shoulder block stuff on the apron, and couldn't get her out. And then Roxanne Perez came in. Perez went right after Io Sky and caught her with a Fez press. She did a DDT, side rush, and leg sweep to Sky and Morgan, and then a code breaker to Perez, and then out came Lyra Valkyra at number 4. And then she just charged at him. Did a fishing.
We almost had a Janet Jackson.
A little slippage right there.
Yeah, we had to get her wardrobe malfunction going on
it was a little something there.
Yeah, so if anybody's watching, so she's got the wardrobe malfunction, but I got to put her over huge for finishing with the girl that she's doing something with, getting rid of her, going off into a corner by herself.
Well, then Liv came and dumped her into the corner, and then she got hurt.
Liv was like, all right, I got you, girl, And she's like, boom, she beat her over into the corner. And then the girl still couldn't get her shit together. So there was another African-American girl that you see going from right to left on the screen, and that was the one, I guess, that got her hooked up. Finally.
Yeah.
Daphne, the one ref. Daphne.
Yeah. Out next was Chelsea Green, and then all of the people in the matches went right after Chelsea. I thought Chelsea's some of her selling and her facials.
Awesome.
I know we really like her.
She was definitely a highlight of the match for sure.
She was one of the highlights, yeah, absolutely. And they all were just jumping on her. B-Fab was out next. She went up there.
But when she's in the circle of all the girls, that's the good part, where you let her breathe, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's just... And they could have probably went even a little longer. And the guys ended up doing the same thing.
And then the dudes copied the same spot.
They totally
which
did.
Was weird as
yeah.
shit. Like,
that's
pay
not
attention, boys.
That's not having the same agent or anything.
Pay attention, boys.
Yeah, that was so...
How about watch their match?
Yeah. Oh, they just did that. Let's scratch that.
Right.
Yeah. No, we're going to scratch that. We could do something else easily.
No, and then the girls did it, like you were saying, you wanted more like a one-on-one, but how about when they set up the 3 girls against the
NXT
3 girls
versus the WWE thing? Yeah, nah, I didn't like that either, but we'll get to that. B-Fab laid out Sky with a neck breaker, put her out on the apron, but then Sky was doing some good stuff with the ropes there. Out was Ivy Nile. She threw some Germans to Liv Morgan, and then Morgan and Sky were just doubling up on B-Fab. Out next was Zoe Stark. And this is where it's getting a little clogged up here. We have any eliminations?
Dude, there's 12 people in the ring right now. I was counting them.
We're up to 8 right here. The next one was Lash Legend.
Nobody had been eliminated till like 12 people.
Yeah, it was getting real clogged up here. Legend was in, gave a suplex to Lyra Valkyra, and then Legend hit Nile, powerbomb. Out then was Bianca Belair. Oh, the first one was B-Fab. Green was eliminated by B-Fab, so there was one elimination. Then Bianca Belair came out at number 10, and she kind of didn't do a whole lot in the Rumble. Like, her and Naomi did a little bit of stuff, but it wasn't a great...
They kept setting it up where her and Naomi were doing, like, these tag moves, but would never throw anybody out.
Right.
Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, there was a number of times where, like, people had
Why
their backs...
pile drive somebody? Why DDT them if you got to pick their ass up as they're, like, knocked out, supposedly, and put them over the top rope?
Right. Yeah.
But then, when they should go to work you over the top rope, it's like... Dude, your right hand should be underneath her left leg, not over top of it while you're trying to put her out on the top rope.
Yeah, the optics are bad.
It's horrible.
Shayna Baszler.
That's why you need to get less women in the ring so there can be more working and less bullshit going over the top rope.
I agree, Hack. Up next was Shayna Baszler. She went after Liv, and then Nile was feuding with Lyra Valkyra. And tossed her out, and then out comes Bailey. And so then Niall,
Huge spot.
Bailey did get a big reaction. Niall was then squaring off with Liv Morgan, and Bailey was just clearing house. And then out comes Sonya Deville. So then you had Deville, Baszler, and Stark were just kind of like taking control of the match here. And then you had Maxine Dupree. I'd never really seen like you could tell she wasn't really like, she's not a great worker. Some of those kicks whiffed pretty big that she was throwing.
But it was good. She got in, she got her spot
she
done,
did the
got
worm.
out, like,
she did the worm.
Get
and
in,
then,
get out, get over, get out.
Right. So I was fine with her. Naomi and Belair eliminated Stark and Deville, and then Baszler got knocked out
Well,
too.
dude, when they were doing the Baszler, Deville, and Stark, it was those three, and they were like being down on people, but never eliminated anybody.
Right, you could have got them a couple eliminations, so then when they get tossed out, it means something.
It means something, yeah. Like it didn't make any sense, like at all, that they were just teaming up on everybody, but would never eliminate anybody.
Yeah, no, I agree. It wasn't much. Jada Parker was out next, man. She looks fantastic. Great look there. Mm-hmm. She went after Io Sky with a back elbow, and then took out Bailey with a shoulder block. And then Chelsea Green eliminated Legend, but then she was squaring off with Belair and Naomi. And this was part of the thing with the ramp, because out next is Piper Niven, and then the ramp taking forever. And Piper just, I mean, it takes a long time to come out, but she was like on the apron and like she's scared about Belair and Naomi, but they're not really going after her.
You just got to time it better.
Right. It wasn't that whole thing took too long to come to fruition.
Yeah, like you can't have that spot set up for where Chelsea's got to wait for Piper.
Right.
Like that whole thing, like Piper's music's got to hit, and then that spot's got to accumulate, like when Piper's like halfway down the ramp.
Right. The timing wasn't there on it.
Yeah, like
The
so
idea,
she doesn't look stupid like sitting there waiting on
which
it.
she was. She was kind of like frozen, like paused. Meanwhile,
and then like gets out of the ring herself and is like, "Hold on, guys, like she's coming."
I mean, that ramp is really far away. Like that's like I don't know.
Far.
I don't know how many yards away that ramp is from the ring, but like that.
Dude, it's got to be 50, 60 yards
at that
least.
point. It was just too long for Piper to get to the ring there.
Dude, when I came out for WrestleMania in Detroit, and whatever tour I came out with, I was like, "Holy shit, that's a long freaking way to the ring."
And the ramp was probably twice the size of it.
But my point is, I was probably coming farther in the building from the ring than like their ramp was. Dude, I was hustling it down through freaking sections to get to the ring.
Yeah, it's just a long way.
That ramp was freaking huge.
She went after Naomi and then Belair as well, and then she caught Io Sky with a really nice Uranage, and then accidentally eliminates Chelsea Green. So that's obviously building up to something in the future. I think
good spot.
Good spot to knock out Green. Out came...
Didn't we always think that was going to happen? There was going to be a split there?
Well, I mean, we were kind of talking.
Yeah, we kind of just figured that. Out next was Natalia. Her husband hacked. Do you remember his name?
Charlie Haas.
There you go. It's not. It's TJ Wilson. It's Tyson Kidd.
Because you've been married to Charlie before him.
Nope. Was never married to Charlie Haas. Anyway,
no, not a thing.
She went
I
to.
think they did it in Vegas and it got nullified.
Okay, they got an annulment.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you were the one witness.
Yeah, you were.
In fact, that's what happened. I forgot all about it.
Jordan Grace came out at 19, and man, she got a huge reaction. I was actually taken aback by how big of a pop she got, because next to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, I think she might have got the biggest reaction. Bailey, I'm trying to. It
was probably her.
It was among the biggest.
Huge.
It was among the biggest reactions in the match. And Natty was doing these weak ass Germans right before her. And
those were terrible.
They were bad, right? They were
bad.
And then when she gets in, Jordan Grace gets in. I mean, she's doing awesome Jordans. I mean, Germans.
The first chick, she dropped right on her head.
Yeah, I mean,
the very first chick.
Dude, she was on fire coming out there. And then she threw Parker on the apron, eliminated her, and then the big pop was the Death Valley Driver to Piper. That was the crowd came up for that. I mean, I think that might have been the biggest reaction in the whole Rumble. Like that was a big spot. I mean, that's
Probably you're probably right, dude.
like honestly, you could see the people get up off their feet for that. That was really
I
cool.
thought Piper was on Ozempic. On Friday Night SmackDown, they had her in an outfit where she looked a good 100 pounds lighter, but obviously the Ozempic ain't working for her.
Well,
But she was big.
Everyone knows a Rumble adds 100. That's what they say usually. TV adds 10, a Rumble adds 100.
Rumble adds 100.
Out next was Michin, and then she went after. She got a.
She looked like she was on Ozempic. She looks thin.
She got a huge Piper driver from Niven, and then the big shocker, because like some of the dirt sheets were saying Alexa Bliss had like a contract impasse. This was your call, Ty, as a surprise to win the whole thing, which I kind of liked when you threw that as your prediction.
Because I didn't believe they were putting the sheets out there for a reason.
Exactly. That was a fake. That was a leaked report in my mind.
Just to the people that are like supposedly smart fans or whatever, you're putting it out there like,
right?
Oh no! And she was at a concert last night in Florida, like she couldn't have flown the next
to Indy. Yeah,
like,
and the thing is too, you know how it's not a last minute thing to come together because she had the new T-shirt out. Mm-hmm. And when you got T-shirts out, I mean that stuff's in motion.
New merch, it's like
that stuff's in motion. So that got somewhere along somewhere along the line, the report was to, and they might be. Do you think they do this in the office too, where they give somebody a fake report to sniff out who actually gave that report out to the sheets?
I don't know. If you were smart, you would.
Right? You know, like, hey, let me feed so-and-so.
Just tell one person a lie.
And then to see if it gets told.
It's just the one person that you tell.
48 laws of power, man.
Better believe
you know
it.
What I mean?
Just one.
To see if it gets told further.
And then you know who it is.
Right. You sniffed it out.
You can't tell a couple people that.
Then you wouldn't know. So if you tell one and it gets out, you know that guy's the leaker or something.
And I don't know if that was like 100% false. Like, she might have had shit going on with her contract, but...
Not with the T-shirts.
No. I'm saying they might have planned something.
The deal's done once the T-shirts are being...
No, I'm saying they might have had a plan for her coming back or whatever like that, had the T-shirts printed or whatever, and then they caught a snag in the contract. Whatever. She might have said, no, this, whatever. That could have fucking happened.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, there was too much out there in order for me to be like, all right, like, nah.
Yeah, especially Rumble weekend. You sniffed that one right out, man. Up next was Zelina. Yeah, you sniffed that one right out.
I pulled a snooker.
Yeah. I don't know if you pulled a snooker. I don't know if anybody's pulling a snooker, man. Out next was Zelina Vega, and like I thought the production on the show was great and the camera work, but like what was his name? The announcer last night. I'm trying to forget who they have on the call. Wade Barrett was putting over her outfit.
I had no idea that name. If you gave me 4 names, I would not have even. I would have took none of the above.
He was putting over her like outfit she was wearing on the ring, and they immediately cut away from it. Like you saw it for like 2 seconds. The thing that she had on with like the horns.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean it was cool looking, but
it was, but they didn't like give it enough time to actually see it, or whatever. And then they put her over. I didn't realize this, and I'm sure they've talked about it before, but she's cousins with Amazing Red.
Who? I didn't know that.
Zelina Vega.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I knew that one.
Red told me that freaking years ago.
A family tree.
Sure. That's after she hit the code red off the top rope. Up next was Candice LeRae. Niven was going after Perez. And then Morgan trying to eliminate Bianca Belair. Out came Stephanie Vaquer. Vaquer was doing some spots, springboard, caught Bayley with a crossbody. And then they threw her in the corner. Belair and Naomi were going after Bliss.
Vaquer was good in this.
She was good. This was maybe, I left her out when we were talking about biggest reactions. Trish looked...
She got a big pop.
Trish looked like $1 million.
Yeah.
She could still, like, I mean, obviously, it's not 2003. Oh, God. I mean, come on, of course. But it's not 2003.
Right.
But she can still do her things in the ring. Mm-hmm. You know, the bulldog off the ropes, the chick kick.
Yeah,
but she could still do the Trish match. And I thought she did pretty well in this Rumble.
Well, she just had a match not too long ago. Remember
wasn't
when they
that
went
her
up?
and Lita thing like not that long? What was like a year?
A couple years ago.
2 years or so.
And she had the series with Becky and stuff, and like.
Oh, you should have heard Pap when she was going all with knives. We go, now you better not hurt her. Now you better not hurt her.
Pap was concerned about his girl.
About Trish.
Oh, his bae, Trish.
That's great.
Jay, what was next there? Raquel Rodriguez came out. She hit a code breaker on the apron, and then finally Natty was out. Good riddance, Natty. Charlie Haas's ex, right? And then Morgan went after Bliss with a code breaker and eliminated her. And the crowd was pretty upset about that one. So they were with you, Ty, too. You were,
dude. We had.
I don't know, and it was a nice elimination too.
It was.
It was.
Yeah,
It
a good one.
shitty.
On
It
the
was,
apron,
it was a good elimination. Out next was Charlotte Flair. And Flair, man, she took forever coming out to the ring. I mean, she was soaking it in. I noticed the giant knee brace on her knee, too. And she tried to have it, like, silver bedazzled or whatever. But, like, heck, when you see a worker with, like, a knee brace that's... Charlotte's got to be, what, like 38, 39? She's getting up there.
Dude, they're so common now.
Is she that old?
Yeah, she's getting up there, man. It's like you don't realize that.
I would have said like 35.
She's had a lot of surgeries and stuff. I don't think she moved that great in this match.
But
Go ahead, Hack.
had nothing to do with the knee, because if you saw the way a couple girls were working the knee, if that knee's bothering her at all, those girls ain't working her knee like that.
Okay.
Like the one girl had it around the second rope, and pulling her ankle underneath. So yeah, she's 100% healthy.
Okay.
Absolutely.
She was doing some chops. I thought they were kind of like weird a little bit.
The other girls weren't taking them.
Oh, okay.
They're just getting whiffed, it's called.
Out next was Julia. Julia is a big NXT prospect. Her reaction was kind of muddled. I thought she would have got a bigger pop, honestly.
Well, right after Flair, it's a little tough.
Right. Maybe you would have wanted to put her in like the first third of this match or something. Maybe.
Maybe to get a
Because the
different pop.
back end of this was pretty starstruck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And you're waiting, like you got Flair, and then you're like, all right, is it Becky?
Right.
Is it like
and it's a
who's
little
that?
underwhelming at this point.
Right. Not to no credit of her, to no fault of hers.
Right.
But just like you're expecting as a fan, you're just expecting something else at that point.
Yeah. She eliminated Grace to get her out. And then Nia Jax came out at 29, and Jax knocked out Vega off the apron before she even got in. And then she went after
Did you see
Trish.
them trying to set that spot up for like two
Oh my
people?
gosh.
It was
Her and Trish were in the same front corner for like the three people. They definitely timed that and fucked that up wrong. And the camera kept panning to him. I'm like, well, Nia's going to rip her right off.
Yeah, and then Alexis Lurie got eliminated, and then Stratus got eliminated as well with some assistance from the outside. And then Nikki Bella was number 30 coming out. Nikki Bella then rounded
A little
up the
underwhelming
Rumble.
for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Becky didn't want to come back at this point because Charlotte already did. I don't know if maybe that plays a little bit into it.
Well, and Alexa.
That's two comebacks. Your comeback means a little bit less if they have two already in there.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, I don't know who it could have been to make it better, but just the Nikki thing was
No,
like
Becky would have slammed the place.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
I'm saying like, but besides that,
But
like,
I get her, like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
Well, you had
This is
Alexa
Charlotte's
Bliss
night,
and
it's Alexis'
Charlotte.
night.
Yeah.
It's not going to be my night. Or
Yeah.
would it be my night overshadowing them? Maybe they didn't want it. Who knows? They all went after Nia Jax, but then Nia Jax threw them down on the mat. And then she knocked out a bunch of people at once.
I wish she did like a bowling ball thing when they like how they were all going over the top and sitting on the apron. I wish she would have just ran and like
That would have been cool.
did like and they all would have been like
Yeah.
I thought she was going to. I think, didn't she eliminate 4 on that spot?
Yeah,
Dude,
she
it was
knocked
like
a bunch
6 or
out.
something.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought it was going to be every single one of them.
There was a lot in the ring at this point. Bella tried to knock out Julia, but then Perez caught her with an uppercut. They were going after Flair, and then Perez threw Julia off the apron for the elimination. Bella then eliminated Bayley, and then got knocked out by Nia. And then it was down to Roxanne Perez, Charlotte Flair, and Nia Jax. Jax had Perez up and tried to dump her, but then Flair snuck up and eliminated her. And then Perez went to eliminate Flair, but then Flair knocked her off and eliminated Perez to win the match.
big push for Perez.
Big push for Perez having her in there.
Yeah.
For having her in there at the finals like that.
Yep.
And
She came in at what?
she was
Three.
Yeah.
2, 3. She was in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's a huge push. That's her getting over as much as Flair did, honestly,
Right.
for her career.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. How long did this one go? It was long, right? It was over an hour.
It was like an hour 11.
70 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. It's an hour 10.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than some of the women's rumbles I've seen. Wasn't great to me. I'm going to go 3 stars for it. Ollie?
I'm going 2.5.
Okay.
Only because I would have liked to see like less congestion in the ring and
Totally.
just more of like a better speedier cycle.
I'm with you on that. Hack?
Can't give it higher than a 3.
Just 3. Ty?
Yeah,
There's some good moments, though.
There were some decent moments, but I thought the one last year was better. I would give this 2. I would give this 2 just because of some of the things that we've already mentioned.
Okay. Up next on the show was the 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championship match between.
Gosh, you know when the last time WWE did a 2 out of 3 falls matches?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean,
Because Ali was asking that.
they don't
last
do
night.
a
I'm like,
lot of them, and I thought it was weird that this was a 2 out of 3 fall match. Like, it wasn't like they had built up a huge program between the two or
Right.
anything. It's not like this was a blow off. It's not like they had, oh, we got to settle the score, so we're having 3 falls. Like, I don't know. It was kind of. I mean, I get like this
Right, like
match.
they've been having these epic battles, and it's like
We got to do this one.
Yeah,
or,
right.
You know what I mean? But I've really loved the finish of the very first fall. That was
Yeah.
a great finish
Mm-hmm.
with the fake tag and then the knee. Like
Yep.
the guy did. That to me is a money finish. I don't think they should have used it in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Like
well,
you could have
they
used
did
that.
because they set it up for later because they used it kind of incorporated later on in the match for the other stuff. Like when they screwed over what's his name when he actually did get the tag, the Motor Machine guy.
Yes.
And the ref didn't see it, and then like that got heat.
Ciampa, the ref was distracted by Ciampa at that point. It was
And
a fake
he
hot
actually
tag.
made the tag,
Yes.
and then the ref stopped him from getting in there, which I thought was, good because it's like getting like major heat because it's like, yo, he got the fake tag and they got the pin, and then now you actually tagged them, and now now the ref's not letting them in. So I mean, I liked it in that aspect how they like continued the.
I just don't really like the psychology of a 2 out of 3 falls match when you only give them about, what was this match, like
I don't
15
like
minutes?
the psychology of that stupid fucking fake tag, dude.
I know Hack hated it.
14
I hate it.
I like the fake tag. I thought that was a money
Hack
finish.
doesn't
Muddled
Hack
it all.
doesn't like the fake tag because he thinks nobody in the audience.
I don't think they did hack. I don't think they did know, but the fans at home.
And
Well,
that's,
because they took freaking the next 2 minutes explaining it.
and that's what I said. But I also said there's way more people watching on TV than there is
Then
in
the 67,000 in the
So-
arena.
Like I got your point, but I mean it is.
I don't think it didn't have much of a reaction, so I don't
No,
think the
it
finish.
didn't.
All right.
I think the
okay.
fans just went like, oh, that was.
Here's
just
another
whatever.
part of it. If you're going to do that, at least have the guy you're fake tagging with hold the tag rope. Tag rope's hanging right there underneath the freaking turnbuckle. He's not even touching the tag rope, and then you're going to do this freaking phantom tag, dude. It's
I like the psychology of it. I don't really like it in the 2 out of 3 falls match. And to your point, Hack, there could have been a better way of executing it. I see what you're saying with the tag rope too, but I liked it for a first fall. I like the work in this match. These guys can't have a bad match. I mean, they really can't. They really can't. Like Motor City Machine Guns, when they're doing their offense, the trio woe stuff, the drop kicks. I mean, it really reminds me of like Tajiri and Mikey teaming a little bit
Yeah.
with them. Like their work. I would have loved to have seen that match. That would have been a great match. Those guys mixing it up at EC Dub and DIY too. They would be great in.
the Saban kid is fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, you shouted him out a couple weeks ago. It's like an underrated
freaking
guy. in the
good,
business. He
dude.
really is, and he's been going for, Shelley too. These guys have been working for 25 years now, and they're finally getting their WWE run, which is cool to see them have these matches. You're working in 67,000, giant stadium
Well, you've
shows.
been doing indies for 20 years.
It's pretty cool to see guys.
Good, and they
get
lit
that.
it up.
They did.
Yeah, it was a good match.
The finish, I didn't like the Street Profits running in. I mean, the crutch shot.
that too.
The crutch shots were nice. Like Dawkins was drilling him with the crutch. I mean, that was a really nice shots, but I didn't think we needed it. And then to be like the reasoning being like, no, we want to take the belts from you, not you. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was muddled to me. The work in this was still really strong. I would go probably like 3.5 stars for it. I liked this match. It was a fun match, but I don't know. Ollie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going 3 stars for it. I thought it was super solid. Nothing like super crazy or anything. Super crazy. Nothing super crazy.
Nothing Tajiri about
Nothing
it.
extraordinary about it.
Nothing Tony Mamaluke about it.
Yeah.
It was a good match. 3 stars.
Hack.
1.
Wow.
He hated that spot so much, didn't you? That's the reason.
Fucking hated that.
Oh, he's so mad right now.
I'm telling you, I hated that.
It's okay.
I really like the match. Other than like the whole the finish that you were talking about, but I'll give it 4.
Okay. Up next on the show, this was the ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes is the champion. Ty, this was because of the Saturday night's main event. Cody wore out the Winged Eagle, and then Owens laid him out afterwards and took that belt. So that's why you had both belts hanging up here. Obviously, Owens has been through some amazing ladder matches, and Cody too down in AEW. That had a really good one with Sammy Guevara.
Yeah,
these are two guys who were, obviously well versed in ladder matches. How long did they go in this one? This was a little bit long.
25.
So they went a while, and for a lot of it, it was. I mean, it was never bad or anything. I didn't reach the levels of like the epic I felt like they wanted to do, but yet at the end of it, I loved the finish so much that I kind of left the match like really digging it.
I liked a lot of the spots that they ended up doing, but
took a while to get there.
Yeah.
Like when he took the Owens exploder kind of thing, the suplex onto the other ladder bridged. That was a nasty bump and a great sell by Cody because he props up and then immediately falls down. I love that
and
sell.
Kev took care of him really good on that.
Kev took care of him on that. Like I thought the work in this, like there was hatred, there was and the finish was awesome. Like I love
Great
that
finish.
Bob Holly would be proud.
He teamed early with Cody in his career. That's why Cody was doing the Alabama Slam. And you gimmick, I mean, Hack, that ladder's got to be cut and gimmicked, right?
Yeah, I
You
called
think,
it a
you think
minute.
that's the first thing I said?
No, I
he had
know.
to like creep up to the TV and he goes, "Yeah, that's good."
I know. That's why I asked it. I didn't even know that.
He went and put his face 2 feet from all
This is why I sit. I can't watch over there because guys are too small. I was like,
Yeah, it's giving.
like the last one was.
Yeah, well, I had to ask you because I know you're always looking for those things.
Yeah, but the greatest part of the whole match
I don't
was
know, you don't think
Kevin.
Kevin Owens' fat ass can't break a ladder?
Dude, not that ladder in half like that. Sorry, ain't happening. That's probably got a tensile strength of like 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. If you even know what tensile strength
oh, he's
is.
got to be the genius with tensile strength over here. I love it.
And, well, I know, but it's a real thing.
No, I know.
But the greatest part of the match was Kevin Owens not moving at the end. He just stayed there.
He
dude.
sold
I
that
loved it.
For I don't know how many minutes he sold that for 4 or 5.
And then what's his name? The commissioner
Nick Aldis,
dude or whatever was back there going like that to sell it more.
And the
But
camera,
that's a gimmick X.
the camera shot of Cody being on the ladder with the belts in the ring, and then Owens bloody down by the ladder. Like
One thing I wish would have happened was when Cody got to the top, like when he was
the ref
when he was
wasn't holding it.
Well, not only that, but when he was going for the belts, that he got up to the top of the ladder and just turned and kind of sat on top of the ladder and looked down at Kevin for a sec, like before he grabbed the thing, because this angle had been building up so much. Like if you just get that visual, like Cody just turning around and being like,
Before he even grabs the belt.
but yeah, just turn
That's like-
around,
that's
sit
like-
on the ladder, and like look
put
at him
you
and
down.
just, right, like and be like,
That's a movie right there. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's a movie fucking.
like not just go right ahead and grab it, like sit, like you guys had this huge feud, like, and now it's like just sit there and be like, I'm at the top of the like, and then just nonchalantly grab it.
But
like,
I know what I agree, Ty. It would have been better executed if they did that too. But like, I thought for a finish and for a blow off for a feud, that was a great blow off, great spot, great finish for a feud.
well, you know me, how much shit I've been giving this feud,
Yeah, it just hasn't moved the needle to you. And,
at all, and
we thought it was foregone conclusion Cody was going to win because it was.
right. But at the end of the day, I ended up actually really enjoying the match.
Yes.
For what I thought I was going to hate it, but I actually ended up really enjoying the match.
Yeah, I'm all right. Let's go ratings here. I'm going to go, and this is a lot because of the finish. I am going to go 4 stars for it. Ollie, what do you give the match?
3.
3? Hack?
5.
5. That's a 5
Dude,
from you.
it was a good dude. You know how many ladder matches I had.
I've seen way too many,
And
yeah.
the thing is, like, I don't know. I think Cody was trying to make a point that maybe nobody saw that AEW match. And Cody was trying to make the point that, yeah, I'm good. I could do this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and what was the one off that he, Kevin had? The ladder was like on its side. On the rope and on the other ladder. What was the movie hit him with off
He
the
hits
top?
with the exploder on there. Yeah,
dude.
that bump was crazy.
Yeah, Kevin took care of him too, but I mean, yeah, that was, and Cody's cell popping up, like standing up and then like falling on his face.
Was money.
Yeah, that match was, dude, That was
Oh
really
yeah, and
good.
I was hoping we had a Hornswoggle sighting with the small ladder. I was hoping
with
we
the little
had,
mini
yeah,
ladder.
yeah, with the mini ladder.
Thought they could have done more with that.
Oh
Yeah,
man, you guys
but-
have you guys ever seen WLC, the Hornswoggle TLC match you had?
No,
Oh,
we
God. Oh my god,
That's
it's a
hilarious,
classic.
actually.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's great.
But no, I like the match. I really did. A lot of the spots that they did, I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Up next on the show, man, this is the last match because this was a 4-match show here. The Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble starts off. Rey Mysterio is number 1 and Penta is number 2.
Great way to
I
start.
love that.
I love the pairing.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like half-ass jerking off here when those two came out.
I can only imagine when
I
Andrade
was
got in.
loving it.
Yeah, I had a poncho on it.
When Santos came
Yeah,
out,
when
And
Santos
Escobar.
came out, yeah, I knew her.
Yeah, we had our ponchos on at that point.
But I mean, come on, I'm like Penta, man. I mean, I know things can happen out there, but I feel like you got to call it like a shoot.
Are you going to say about, I think his both feet hit the
They
floor?
100% hit the floor there. They
yeah,
both,
why do you think they didn't replay it?
because they
Right.
knew they touched right
Yeah,
there.
They
And he
were
was-
like, oh, well, both feet have to touch the floor. Did they change the rules right?
No,
there?
they've
It's
always
always
been.
been the rule, but
They were just saying, "Oh, one only hit."
yeah, no, they both definitely hit.
Yeah.
They looked a little.
Was that part of the heat thing that you sent us, that there was heat in the back?
I don't know. We'll get to that with
Okay.
Drew Mack later, but I'm not really sure. But I don't know. Up next was Chad Gable coming in at 3. Obviously, he just worked Penta. I thought there was a little
And with
hitchy.
Ray, which is a perfect dude for number 3.
I love
for these two, yeah.
The early part of this Rumble, they stacked it with like the good workers.
Yeah.
And they were keeping guys cycling in and out. And I thought it was a really well laid out Rumble for the most part.
No, they had way too many guys in, just like the women's.
At the end, they did. But at this
dude.
point,
and they're all in a circle. They're all like in a Christmas wreath around the outside of the ring, while people were doing spots in the middle.
at the early parts, I thought it was good. Mysterio went up and they were teaming on Gable. And then out came Carmelo Hayes. And he was going with Penta and Gable to take out Mysterio with some back elbows. Then, Hack, you got your dick out for Santos Escobar here. He dropped...
I love it.
Dicks out for Santos,
Dicks out
baby.
for Santos. Forget Harambe. Penta got in Escobar's face.
I love them wearing white.
Yeah, we bet. So you can't see the stains.
Escobar hit Penta with the Mexican Destroyer, and then everybody turned on Gable and threw him out with a quadruple super kick. I thought that was a really nice spot. Out came Otis, and Otis was awesome in this for the
Yeah.
time that he was in. I really enjoyed his work in this. He slammed Escobar, and then he went for the worm, but then Gable didn't get eliminated there. Gable then locked him in the ankle lock, and then they
That was
That
good.
was great out of that spot.
right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And those guys have worked together so much. Like, they just have great chemistry together. And then out comes Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker speared the shit out of Hayes, chucked him out. And then he took out Mysterio. He speared Escobar. And then he threw him out. And then this was a little cool spot. You had Tozawa come out at number 8. And then Hayes is walking back. And I wish he did something more to lay him out. But I like the
Then
spot.
like a punch, and they're like, "Oh, he's done. He's done."
He
It's
threw
like-
one punch at him, and they were like, "Nope, you can't go in." Tozawa's such
Yeah.
a jobber that he can't recover from one punch. So then they go backstage to
That
Gorilla.
was stupid.
It was, but it's just to set up the speed guy getting in.
I wish that he got knocked down, and then like everybody was just walking by him the whole time, like.
Dude, the Iverson step over.
He's
Or
laid
like,
there the whole run.
Strowman comes out and picks him up and carries him in, steps in, and then throws him out of the ring.
Something
Like,
more than one punch, man.
Yeah.
Then they go back to Gorilla, and Triple H is like, somebody's got to go. So then they send Speed out to the match, and then he goes running into the ring, and then he helps eliminate Otis with Braun Breaker, and then he does a backflip, and then Braun Breaker does
Kills
like,
him.
He hits the ropes,
Kills him.
and then absolutely destroys him with his spear. It's like the side of his body.
Dude,
And he-
smokes him in the head, the,
The
like
chin,
everything. Yeah.
it was not a regular bump. I mean, he legit speared him.
No, that was driving through a guy.
Yeah.
Like you're on a football field, dude.
Yeah, that was.
yeah, it's like, all right, kid, you want to see what it feels like?
Yeah, this is wrestling. And then Breaker chucks him out, and then he gets caught by Otis, who was knocked out by him. And then Otis caught him, and this was almost just as
and
bad.
takes another ball.
He gives him a fall-away slam into the announcer's table. Welcome to the business, Speed. I hope you enjoy your payoff. I hope it was good, because you took 2 nasty bumps in the business, man.
Dude, that spear was brutal.
It really, really was. Out next was Sheamus. Sheamus went to war with Breaker, obviously keeping their issue going. And then Jimmy Uso came out at number 10. He was clearing house. And then Sheamus threw Uso to the apron, but he couldn't get him out. And then here's your boy Hack Andrade. Iditarod was out next.
That was my third squirt of the night.
Your third elimination? Andrade caught him, and then he hit a springboard Hurricane Rana, and then Penta had Andrade.
Here's another thing.
Okay.
It makes no sense to me if you're in an over to the top rope battle royal for you to go even have the balls to go to the top rope to do a move.
Right. Why?
That makes no sense to me.
Why? Yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't make any sense. And then Sheamus, Mysterio, and Uso were trying to eliminate Breaker, but they couldn't get it out, couldn't get it gone. And then out comes Jacob Fatu. Fatu, man, he has been getting a rocket ship kind of.
He had shoes on, did you notice?
I did. Why do you think that was? Was it for what
There's
reason?
a lot of guys in that ring. You don't want to get your shit
Yeah,
stepped
I
on.
noticed. I'm like, dude, this is the first time I think I'm seeing him wearing work boots.
I didn't notice it, but Ty noticed it. And then it makes total sense where there's so many guys in the ring and anybody could... Dude, like your metatarsals, they're the bones in between your ankle and your toes. They'll break very easily. Basketball players have a lot of problem with your metatarsals.
The spot that he hit with Mysterio and Penta for the double Samoan
Dude,
drop
clean as hell, too.
was awesome.
Super.
Yeah.
It was like boom, boom, boom.
It was
That was
great.
the cleanest I've ever seen that spot done.
Yeah, that was money. Like
was
that was
great.
that was really, really good stuff. And then
And didn't Cena basically do the same thing later?
he did,
Okay.
which was not as well executed. But Fatu
And they were in the corner.
Fatu eliminated Gable, Mysterio, Andrade, and he's just killing it here. I think it's really good to this is a good spot to give him some push in a
Dude,
Rumble.
so think about this. So if Jimmy or Yeet, because I forget the
Let's
two
just say
fucking-
Yeet
So
instead of Jay.
suppose Yeet wins the against Gunther, right?
Well, we get there first, right?
Yeah, well, okay.
All right, but I think that there's an angle right there between Yeet and Fatu.
I think so. I mean, yeah, I think Fatu needs a program to get him to that level, like a step up to get him to that world title level, like a.
Oh, they broken him away from fucking what's his name, but we thought Ty was like, we're like, who the fuck's 27, 28,
Solo.
29,
Yeah.
30, yeah. Ty's like, and we're just throwing out names. You know
Solo
what I mean?
wasn't on the card.
Right. So right there, the Fatu dude and his tag team partner are being elevated above Solo at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I also think it's good that Solo's left off because it kind of diminishes his comeback if you bring him back during the Rumble with all these other guys coming back after him.
Yeah, you didn't need him. You
Great
didn't need
point,
him.
Al.
Yeah, that is.
So it becomes bigger when he comes back when Roman's cutting a promo or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Up next was Ludwig Kaiser, and he just got dumped right away by Penta. Like, he didn't do anything in this. So, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Probably
Yeah.
setting
Cares, he
those
got
two
paid.
up. Probably setting those two up.
Yeah. Up next was The Miz. Miz was,
Oh, Ludwig's the dude when he came out with both hands.
Yeah.
All right. Who did I think he was?
he used to be with Gunther.
Charlie Haas?
We're gonna harp on Charlie Haas forever now.
Yes. And it's okay.
Miz went for a springboard crossbody to Fatu, but then he hit him with a Samoa drop, and then out came Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry Hack has been having got a big reaction. The crowd, obviously, you had a sign for him out there with the letters. He's been getting,
Oh, they had a sign with letters?
Oh God, he's making fun of me. There
He's so over. They had a sign
What
with
else
letters.
There was-
No, it wasn't like a cardboard. It was
there
like
was
H-E.
yes,
Yeah,
thank
it was
you,
like,
Ty.
yeah.
There was a fan
Yeah.
out there who had
I knew what
individual
you were talking
letters.
You're
about.
horrified if you got to go to Ty for the thank you for the
He
save.
saved me because it's true. Fans were into him. That's all my point was. He got a little shine. He went after the Miz, and then Sheamus went after Fatu, and then out came Roman Reigns at 16. Roman eliminated Sheamus and Henry real quick, and then he took a spear from Braun Breaker. So it's like, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit for giving the spear on me, but then I'm going to eliminate
No,
you.
I like that.
So
yeah.
it's like a little bit. You leave the
Give
door
Braun
open.
a little, and then, yeah.
But you also leave the door open for business in the future. It's
Sure.
like, motherfucker, I speared the shit out of you in the Rumble last year. So, whenever you get
Roman
to it.
sell after it's good too, because he's selling it like he just got killed, but he's looking at him like,
And he's like,
still
yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
I got one over on you. And Braun's like, you motherfucker.
I liked Roman selling in this match a lot. He went out of his way to sell in individual spots and pockets for a lot of people that... You're rolling your eyes, Hack. You don't...
Dude, everybody was selling for like, if you're out there for 20 minutes, you're selling for 15 of it. Everybody's laying around the ring. I mean, come on.
Well, I think
Everybody's selling.
he's talking about more individual moves.
Does he have
than,
to sell? I'm surprised Roman's selling as much for Damian Priest later. Is all I'm saying. That's what I'm
all
saying.
right. Yeah, when you say it like that, yes, Roman's not the fucking beast that he once was.
Right. He's showing a little bit of weakness, which I like because now he's a face, and you got to show a little bit of ass, even though you're a badass, in order to be over as a face. That's my point. Out next was Fat Two was going wild at this point. He eliminated Uso, and then it was just Roman, Fatu, and Penta, and then Reigns and Fatu had a moment in the middle of the ring, and then
Penta's sitting in the corner, and then he's like pops out every once in a while, hit me. All right, boom.
Yeah, Penta was dude. He spent half the match, half his time out there. Laying.
And then out comes Drew McIntyre at 17. Drew Mac was staring down Roman, obviously because of their program. And then Jacob Fatu went right after Roman again, and he was double teaming him. And then Fatu was going after Penta in the corner. Out next was Finn Balor, and I don't really like... He had like some rap music. I
was going to say, that was a new... Yeah.
I just didn't see that as a fit for his character. Like,
who knows? I mean, who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he knows the artist or so. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just like... It's funny because back in the day, like... The music hits and you knew the guys every time. Mm-hmm. And now it's
it was
like,
tough this time, especially without the Tron being as big as it was too. It's like sometimes you're like...
The music created the pop first. And now it's like you could see the crowd kind of wait to see who it was to have that reaction. I mean, obviously you know a number of the musics of the people.
No, dude, that was me, and I was surprised that, like, all right, so when we're watching the 92 Rumble, I knew, like, Piper's music, the bagpipe, you know what I mean? You knew the dude's freaking music. But Ollie and Ty and Pep, a lot of the times, I would say at least 10 people in each Rumble, they were like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, at first, like, you couldn't tell. Like,
Yeah,
but you need that first, like, bang of a chord or something.
Right.
Like Man in a Box, the Sandman's music, you know what I mean? Once you hear that first chord,
Well,
it's
like,
boom.
when Edge had his return.
Right. Right.
Like, it was
exactly.
Like,
yeah, and even people like they've switched up a lot of people's themes. Like Nakamura was out next, and Nakamura's got the remix.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
it's
tick
like
off.
He's under a whole change of character too.
He is with the mask and the paint and a little different presentation of him. He went after Roman and he was going after Penta. Balor and Fatu were going after Penta in the corner, and then McIntyre and Nakamura were going over Roman. Penta hit Fatu with a Mexican Destroyer, and then Finn Balor throws out Penta finally to eliminate him.
Are you reading this off?
I have this eliminations right here. Okay. Jey Uso was next out at number 20. He got a big reaction, and
I wish he would have came through the crowd, but
I do too. But I guess maybe with the ring positioning and the ramp. But still, it's the Rumble. It's your moment. He should have came out through the crowd.
Well, the dude literally probably could have had like my 5-minute entrance, and the whole place would have been rocking. Like, like straight rocking.
Right.
The dude's over huge right now.
He is.
But like huge.
We'll get to him in a minute here with the finish of this match. But he went after Nakamura and eliminated him, and then Fatu was still going after Roman. AJ Styles made his return. He hadn't been back since October.
Who called that? Was that you trying to call that?
I think Ollie might have called
He
that.
looked a lot leaner than the last time we saw him, where, Hack, you said he looked like an action figure. He's still big, but he looks a little bit less, like 15 pounds or so less. I hope he's healthy, because he looked pretty good in this. He went after McIntyre and threw Balor, but he didn't eliminate him. He connected with a clothesline to Roman in the corner, and he was looking down at Fatu. Fatu hit Styles with a back body drop, and then he went to work with Roman. Out next was Braun Strowman, and Strowman went right after Jacob Fatu, left him laying, and then he eliminates him.
That was nice.
I wish that he was selling more of the beatdown he took from the week before at Saturday night's main event Fatu left him laying. I wish he came out with some tape on the ribs or something. And he didn't really sell. And we'll get to a Braun Strowman moment later with Cena in that elimination because I think he was shooting at one point. It was pretty interesting. So out next is John Cena. Big reaction. He throws out Strowman, and then he's got Baylor up. And he eliminates Baylor, and I think he went to give the attitude adjustment, and Braun was supposed to catch him. And then you see Braun react to it. He's like, because he didn't catch Baylor.
He didn't catch him at all.
Not at all.
I think that was a shoot.
And he stormed off.
Yes, I think that was a shoot.
Yeah,
I think he blew the spot.
Yeah.
He blew the fucking spot, dude.
Yeah, I think he completely blew that spot, right?
Yeah, he didn't catch him at all.
Yeah, he didn't catch
Yeah,
Baylor.
he could have stepped right into that, and the kid's like 1/5 his size.
Right, you could have easily caught him.
Yeah, caught him with one arm.
Yeah.
The only thing is if he catches him, then he's not out.
He's already out first. Braun's already out first.
No, but I'm saying, if he catches Finn in the
Well, he
air,
could have fall down together with him or
that's
something.
the only thing where I'm wondering,
Not just
did
letting
he
him
shoot?
splat.
Right.
Right,
Straight splat.
that's the only weird part where it's how do you? Because Finn's not knocking Braun down.
No.
On the catch.
No.
So, how does Finn then in turn become... You know what? You
Yeah,
get my point, though?
I do.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it still was a miss there.
Yeah.
Out next was CM Punk, man. He got a really big reaction.
Dude, wow.
Superstar.
I couldn't believe that.
And we were told Hack he's on that list. Hack's he's not
We
there
were
yet.
telling you
He's
he was
not
on
yet.
that tier of Cody, Roman,
And-
Punk, and you were like, nah.
Man, wow. To me, he got the biggest pop.
He might
Okay,
have.
Coming out.
Him
easily.
and Cena.
I think,
I think Punk's was bigger.
yeah.
I think it was.
do too.
But that circumvent of those guys, and then I'm Seth's got to be next.
So,
Right.
all right. So we have Cena saying right now he's going to the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Is
Let's get to that. Let's finish. We'll get to that at the end. And then they had the great stare down with him, Cena, and Roman, and that was a really cool stare down.
Dude, they let it breathe.
They did.
Dude, they let that breathe, and it was great. You could feel it, coming up in your gut, what the energy that's going on right now in that friggin' building.
Yes, absolutely. And then Seth came out at 25, and he went after Punk. I love how he ignored Cena and Roman, and he's like, no, my issue's with Punk. And he went right after Punk, and then Cena and Roman were brawling, and then Rollins then went to McIntyre, and out next was Dom, and I thought Dom was pretty good in this Rumble, too.
Great spot.
Dude, it was so great because it was it was all these entrances, roar, 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 and then it's Dom, and it's fucking straight heat.
He's
such a
the
perfect
only guy that got a boo, coming out.
Right, real heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he hit Cena with a frog splash. I love the spot where he goes for the Three Amigos with Roman.
Yeah.
And he actually thinks he's going to hit it on him.
Yeah, so
That's
good.
hilarious.
It was
so
great.
good.
It was great.
I know, but that's so perfect for the situation.
Right.
That
Right.
levity.
Yeah, he's a little shit heel, and he's not. He thinks he's actually confident in his skills,
Yeah.
which makes it work.
On
Well,
Roman. He's about to do this to Roman.
Dude, he's 8,000 times the wrestler that he was a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Totally. He has
Oh, my
confidence
God.
now.
The kid's good.
He has confidence.
Really
now.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so when you get that confident, then it's okay to make yourself look like an idiot because you're that confident
Because you know
in your
yeah, right.
Yes. Out next was your boy Hack, Sami Zayn. He was giving a haluva kicks out to everybody.
I think I was napping at this point.
He went to work with on Punk in the corner, which I like because it's Royal Rumble, every man for themselves, babyface on babyface. And then out next was Damian Priest. So here's where we get to a little wonky thing. What's coming
I
up
thought
soon?
him just coming out right then was wonky.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Priest comes out and he's going after McIntyre, and then Mysterio hits a drop kick to Priest back, and then Priest eliminates Mysterio. So he throws Mysterio out because of their feud. Out next was LA Knight. I thought he had a decent pop. He went up and he was working with Cena, and then Uso was punching LA Knight in the corner, and then Zayn was teaming up with Roman. But then McIntyre went to eliminate Zayn. Then Uso tried to save him, but then he knocks him out with a super kick that he tried to give to McIntyre. So now number 30 is Logan Paul. And Logan Paul at 30, pretty good choice for number 30.
Not bad. I thought the Sammy and the LA Knight it was a little underwhelming after you had just had the Punk Roman Cena Seth face off
He's just straight out of nowhere.
So this is
Like it's Sammy and then LA Knight and then like.
So this is where we get to the Drew McIntyre thing I sent you guys this morning.
Logan jumping out onto the table, then jumping onto
So he does that, but before that though, Priest goes to eliminate McIntyre. Rollins, Punk, and Styles on the corner. No. The Priest goes to the announcer table first. So he jumps out. He gets knocked out. He then jumps back to the steps. And I liked Heyman on the outside, putting it over by his eyes. The way he was selling it as a manager on the outside was
Heyman
great. The Priest went to... Oh, Priest got eliminated because Paul was then on the announcer table. So he's out at this point. What the heck? When was the McIntyre thing? Oh, McIntyre was before that. Priest eliminated McIntyre because that was the whole thing with the ring. Because so Paul's in the ring.
That was totally weird. They were like waiting to do that.
They were on the other side of the ring, and then Paul and LA Knight come and kind of bump them in the middle of the ring. So apparently Drew McIntyre, and he gets eliminated at this point. Apparently he had a big blow up backstage. Whether or not this is true, who he's mad at, I don't know. But apparently he was mad at one individual in the Rumble for trying to get himself over in the Rumble and not go
Are you
along with
supposed
it.
to be in there trying to get yourself over?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe you're doing, I don't know. He was upset about it. I don't know.
Yeah, well then tell your fucking agents to get all the fucking people out of the ring and not be 15 fucking people in there, you moron.
So Logan Paul then was on the steps. Styles went up for a phenomenal forearm, and then Paul knocked him down.
That was nice.
That was a nice elimination. So now we're down to Cena, Punk, Reigns, Rollins, Uso, and Paul. 6 guys. What was this next one? Oh, Reigns and Rollins were going after each other. Reigns and Rollins were throwing punches in the middle of the ring. Rollins went for a stomp, but Roman hit him with a Superman punch. Reigns tried to go to a clothesline, but Rollins caught him. Punk went up behind them and knocked out both Rollins and Roman. So they got eliminated, and then Paul eliminated Punk. And then you have the outside stuff that went on with the stomps from Rollins to Roman.
They were good. They're good.
One stomp looked like he killed Roman.
The first one, not the one on the steps.
Yeah.
The first one, it almost looked like his foot slipped a little bit. From that moment, do you think they're setting up a 3-way at Mania?
Yes.
I kind of do too.
Ty said right away.
I kind of do too, Ty. I think they're setting, but the 3-way to me is a little muddied. Is that where you think, Ollie? That's what the angle kind of played to me like.
What, so the 3-way is going to be Roman, Seth, and Punk?
Yeah.
No belt?
No belt. Just the 3-way.
It's big enough.
Just the 3-way with all the history between them.
That's why the finish is the finish.
If you were going for a 3-way, that's the finish for it. And it was a way to keep Rollins strong, it was a way to keep Punk strong, and it was a way to keep Roman strong.
No, but I'm saying that's why the finish of the Rumble is the finish. You have a match like that doesn't need a belt.
But you make it big by having Yeet win it.
No, but my point is, I don't think you having Roman, Seth, and Punk in a match, you don't need a belt. It's big enough as a WrestleMania match as itself.
Yes.
Yeet is, for however he is not Punk, Seth, or Roman.
Right.
But that's why it's okay to have Yeet win the Rumble.
Because he needs something to get to that level.
To be in that championship match, and the other 3 guys can have the 3-way, and that match can be bigger than the championship match anyway.
Okay, I get what you're saying there. Hack, you don't agree.
Yeah, I don't see that wasting that talent on a 3-way.
You don't like that. You wish it was in a bigger position, or I mean...
Dude, they got
I don't know,
there's
but
too much talent.
There is too much talent. You're at that problem where you have so many great
right.
guys.
Especially adding Cena into it.
You have 2 nights, though.
All right.
But you're also adding Cena. You're bringing AJ Styles back. Where's Randy Orton?
Where's Owens? Where's Zayn? Where's McIntyre? Mad? Where's Damian Priest? Where's Gunther?
I'm all for
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much talent.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't think they care. How many times do we see them doing these fucking 5-6 match pay-per-views, and there's 80 guys sitting at home that aren't there that used to would have been there, even not being used. I don't. Their business model is their business model, dude. They're gonna do 5, 6. Well, in WrestleMania, you're gonna have the fucking. You're gonna have the Cody match, right? What are the guarantees? You're gonna have a Cody match.
Cody
right?
world title match, which I think Cena. Let's
And then
marry
you're
him
gonna
with
have
Cena.
the fucking what's his name's
Gunther and Yeet.
against what's his
Gunther.
name, right?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have your a tag match.
Two tag matches.
Two tag matches.
Men and women.
Then yeah.
Two
so
men-
then where
two
do we
women's
go after
matches
that?
for belts.
So right now we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6. Let's say we're at 6 right now. What else is out there?
Women's Intercontinental, Women's United States, Men's United States, Men's Intercontinental.
They're not all going to make it.
Okay, all right.
But that's
So
what-
my
yeah.
point is, we've loaded the card right now without this three-way bullshit.
But they got to be on it.
Yeah, CM Punk, Roman, and Seth have to work Mania. I mean, they have to work Mania.
Yeah.
They're not going to not work Mania.
And
the
that-
guys that aren't going to work Mania are the Sheamuses.
I could see them putting two of those together somehow in a in
That's why we're saying the three-way.
Making them a tag for the purpose of.
Tag doesn't work at Mania with these guys. No tag.
And then,
no
but
tag.
dude, and then you got Fatu, who's probably got to be on there at some point. You know what
him
I'm
and
saying?
Strowman, him and Breaker.
Strowman's a jobber right now.
And
You'll have
whatever.
Breaker.
You can-
I can see Breaker Fatu.
We'll have to go over maybe next
Yeah.
week or so. We'll go over and we'll try to lay out our Mania.
And you didn't bring
cards.
Because there's
AJ, and
not
you didn't
gonna
bring
be more
AJ
than
Styles
12
back at
matches.
Royal Rumble for him not to be on Mania.
True that.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah,
give you
true
guys
that.
all a homework assignment for next week. Book your 2 nights
I never
WrestleMania
did
cards.
homework ever in my life.
Book your 2 nights, and you got to use everybody, and no major titles. Don't leave any major titles off. So we'll book our 2-night
Okay.
Mania cards for next week. The finish, you down to
We're,
Logan?
we're at the end of the story. I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
we
well-
might be better off freaking worried about who's in the chamber before we're worried about who's
We'll
in
throw that in your
freaking-
booking. Take out your pencil, Booker man over there. All right, Hack. I'm not a booker, but the final 3.
Yeah, but I know that has a lot to do with it.
Yes, it does. But I think
Chamber, that's gonna designate a match.
absolutely, I totally will, and I think that I think Cena's winning the Chamber. I don't know.
Those were the last time.
You did. Logan
Mama's
Paul.
wrong again.
I think they're doing Cena and Cody.
Cena.
I know. I always,
Ce-
How do you do that?
Cena lifted Paul and Uso up, so this is the spot that you had the double spot of Hack you were calling out earlier, and then Uso slid off super kick Paul, and then Cena clotheslined Paul out for the elimination, and now we're down to Cena and Jey Uso. And when I'm watching this, I'm like, you know what?
I'm like, yes, I won this thing.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, you know what? You totally could go with Jay right here because he has the credibility. When you get down to the final couple, and you're like, does he really have credibility to win the Rumble? And in my head, I was like, he absolutely does have the credibility.
The only reason I didn't think so is because he just did that thing with Gunther and lost.
But now it gives him the redemption arc.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I think that arc could have came better with the Cena winning last night and somebody like him winning the elimination chamber.
But Cena has that redemption arc too. So whichever way you want to go with it.
And you're also carrying that thing that, like, oh man, because Cena did that promo, like, well, I'm not gonna climb the charts again and be a #1 contender. The only way I can do it, well, I guess, is win the Royal Rumble. And then now he doesn't win the Royal Rumble.
Well, the only way I could do it is win the elimination chamber.
Right, and then now you get the crowd again.
Or win Money in the Bank. Or like,
Right,
there's a lot of
whatever.
ways for him to play the story
Right.
out. But
Wait, there's a Money in the Bank before WrestleMania also?
He's not stopping at
no,
WrestleMania.
he's going until December 2025. So you have Cena for the whole year to play out. He's got like 30-some dates. So there's many chances he's going to have to try to break that Flair record and then maybe drop the belt. So it doesn't have to finish at Mania, this story. It's not like...
Well, so think about it like this. So the Survivor Series is the last biggest pay-per-view before the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
So what Cena winning something in the Survivor Series?
He could.
Or lose it.
Or lose it. Yeah, he could. He could.
Where's he getting it?
I think it's
SummerSlam?
He could get it at SummerSlam. He could win it at SummerSlam.
I think he's going to win a title at SummerSlam and then lose it.
I agree, and I think last night set up that SummerSlam match, and I said, I think you do Uso and Cena at SummerSlam for the belt, all playing off this Rumble finish. Because they had all that apron teasing, it was really close finish, and then Cena afterwards put him over. You know, and not that you expected Cena to lay him out, but
No, and
he
you
still
give-
put him over by hugging him, and the crowd went nuts
And you
for
give
him.
Yeet the belt for a hot second,
couple
which is
months.
fine.
A run.
And then,
you give him a little run for because I think he deserves it.
Yeah,
He's that over.
See, I see it as a year.
Oh, you got a
I
year with
see the
you.
Eaters a year. If they're going to give it to
No,
him,
it'll be 6 months.
why take it off of him in 6 months?
Okay. Well, listen. What did you
You can
think?
only yeet so long, dude.
Well,
That's the funny thing he's ever said.
and not everybody can hold the belt forever. Like
That's what I
other
was saying.
changes happen.
That's what I was saying yesterday too. It's like I think at some point they have to re-educate the audience for title changes to take place outside of WrestleMania, because now like we only expect for Cody to lose the belt like the one time a year he has a chance to lose it is Mania.
Well, I agree, but I think even more I agree with now because of the expansion of Netflix and all these other countries.
And the new audience,
I
yeah.
think there's going to be way more title. Dude, I'm telling you, when we go to Punjab, freaking India, there's going to be a champ there that's from India.
I
You know,
don't disagree.
there is. That's just the way it is.
Overall in the Rumble, though, I thought that this was a lot better than some of the prior year ones. I know I really liked the one when Drew McIntyre won, he eliminated Lesnar. But this was, I think, the best men's Rumble I've seen in a couple years. I'm going to go 4 stars for the Rumble. Ollie, what do you give it?
I'm going 4 for it. Yeah, I thought it was okay.
5.
You loved
I
it.
was utterly and thoroughly entertained.
Okay. Wow.
I will say
It really was.
3.5.
3.5. It's not quite as high, but still an
No,
enjoyable
not quite as
Rumble.
just because not to say it was bad. I've had better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't remember seeing one eye rake last night.
No eye rakes. Good call.
So honestly, seriously, no.
The clicker was
it
on 0 for the
It was like Vince says, no no pile drivers. Nobody does that. You know what I mean?
Triple H's rule is no eye rakes.
Yeah, listen, guys.
could
I was
be
going over the
easily.
92 Rumble.
That was
Way
just
too many
eat it.
irate.
Yeah, that was just eat it.
Yeah.
He's listening.
Next week on the
I think
show.
I told him and Stephanie that one day when we were eating it in catering.
Next week on the show, we are reviewing ECW Crossing the Line again, 1997. Hack, you worked Devon Dudley on this show.
Testify.
Testify.
I would have said I never had a singles match against Devon ever.
Well, we all know what you
Least
say.
shocking
It doesn't-
thing ever.
Yeah, I'd be like tons of tags, but
Oh, God.
it had to turn into something else. It was probably Scorpion, us having the tag belts, maybe.
As always, send in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. First up here is Heart Attack Rick coming from Mechanicsburg, PA.
All right, Rick. Love your health.
Hey, Tosh, how's the Y this week, dude? How many strokes are you up to now? I'm watching the 92...
Hold the wide. What is he talking about? Your waistline?
No, he said the Y. I think he's making I think he's making a jerk off joke because Ty was ripping about the 2 out of 3 double dog collar match that I love.
Yeah, I think so.
He said, I'm watching the 92 Rumble right now as I write this out. Owen Hart jumping around the ring in MC Hammer parachute pants brings back so many awesome memories of the early
Love
90s.
those pants.
Spiked hair and my bright green parachute pants my mom made me. I was 9 years old when I watched this live back in 92. And seeing Flair win the Rumble and the championship was so awesome back then and still to this day. That's one of my dream matches for Hack versus Flair, or maybe Hack versus the Mountie would be better. My question for Hack this week is, I'm sure Mounties wouldn't have liked you, Hack, by the way. Canadian Mounties and you probably wouldn't
I
get
don't
along.
know. If they ran me, no chance.
Yeah. My question for Hack this week is, when it came to traveling throughout your career between cities and driving the Sandman van, did you always take the direct way to the next destination, or did you take the back roads and alternate routes to the next destination? Anyways,
Never back roads.
so you always did. Okay.
Ever.
Awesome job as always, guys. And let's see if you make it to 10 strokes next week, Tosh. Oh, God.
Thanks,
All right.
Rick.
Inbred Ed writes in from Shinston, West Virginia.
All right, hold on. All right, so this one dude, Inbred Ed, has been trying to get me to do a cameo for you. And he's extended it, and I don't want to do it because you're inbred, and I don't want to sound like politically not correct. But he wants me to bury you, but I don't know what to bury you on. So.
Here we go. This is what he writes in.
It'd be hard to be a pretty big hole. There you go.
Hold up.
Thanks.
Ed writes in,
Horrifying.
ha ha ha, the spoiler of the cameo for my birthday that was mentioned on the pod before you'd even done it, and that everyone wanted you to keep that in and not edit it out, even better, classic. It's blown up in the last few weeks, but RVD opened up a can on Bobby Fulton and his son Dylan.
Yes!
AKA Dildo Hines by RVD.
Dildo Hides, I love that name.
Any thoughts on this drama or how the Fultons have treated you? Missy took up for him, but he's taking a complete bashing online. online. So I did read into this a little bit.
Nah,
these
kids
guys,
are morons.
these guys seem like scammers out there in the business. Have you ever had any interactions?
All right, the kids. All right, so the kid's a scammer. But let me tell you what the whole story is. And I found out a lot wherever I was on the road. Like I did Detroit. I was in Michigan, Ohio, and I don't know, maybe the top of Indiana or something. But I found out more about. So the kid is abusing the dad, using the dad's money. All right, this is supposed.
Oh God, here we go.
No, but I just need to do that to cover myself.
Yes,
no,
you do.
This
Thank
is,
you, sir.
This is a straight shoot. Well, the kid's so stupid. The first time I met this kid, the guy Chris freaking brought me down there. Brought me down to Bobby Fulton's dad. We were outside, right? And Chris is like, all right, this kid wants you to cane him. I know he's Bobby Fulton's kid, but I say to Chris, I'm like, dude, I will be trending on the internet tomorrow if I cane this kid that's a retard. That's exactly the first thing that I thought about him. And then all the kid has done is just like beat people for money. At WrestleMania, Tiger Mask, Sonny
Ono?
Yeah. So I'm just bullshitting, walking around before we even start on like Sunday morning or whatever. And Sonny's like, "You find out about this guy that beat Tiger Mask?" So Sonny had to jack him up the night before Saturday night of WrestleMania last year.
So that sounds like this guy's just a shady promoter.
And
he screwed over a lot of people. It sounds like I read something about a Kurt Angle signing. RVD's had his issues that he's been well documenting on his
Dude,
podcast.
you guys are talking about Franny, Fonzie, the whole.
everybody hates him.
Yeah.
The kid has more heat than anybody that's never been in the business ever in the history of
Well,
the
there you
business.
go, Ed. That's Hack's report on him. So Hack it keeps it real too. So that's what Hack's opinion is on him. Up
No,
next,
that's what everybody's opinion, not just mine.
okay, not just yours. Up next is Drummy from Bryan Street Tavern. Writes in,
Joby.
yo, dudes, big rumble. Who's your guys' picks? We put that on social. Is there one guy who's underutilized? Who is it? Mine is Baron Corbin. Guy has makings of a heavyweight champ. Tab is high as fuck. I probably can't buy you guys beers anytime soon. Okay. Thanks for being honest, Drummy. But Baron Corbin, I don't know if he's underrated. And he's
Dude,
no
is
longer
it Baron
WWE.
Corbin the actor?
No, he's in.
Who's Corbin the actor?
You're thinking of Corbin,
Blonde dude?
Corbin Bernstein?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's not Baron Corbin at all.
All right,
But
so who the hell's Baron Corbin?
he's been in WWE for like a decade. He just got released not too long ago. He's been working some indies and
All right,
stuff.
so what was the question? Somebody underutilized?
Yeah, anybody who's underutilized come to mind for you, Hack?
Like right now, this
Yeah.
day? No.
Yeah,
Escobar.
No. Yeah, Andrade, Escobar.
No, but they're utilized, but you have to understand there's a ceiling in these companies for
And they're
certain
not
people.
sniffing that main.
Right.
Yeah. Up next is Not So Skinny from Boston. Here we go. Well, you boys did it. You made the Super Bowl.
Celtics are going down today, pussy boy.
Yeah, that's right. We're recording this on Sunday. 55 points, and Barkley looks like an all-timer. Now, in broad strokes, New York teams are my number one shitheels. Philly would probably be third after L.A. But let me tell you the hatred that I have for the KC Chiefs.
Okay, but dude, just so you know, I could put Boston and LA in my Philly thing the same way he's saying it.
Okay. He said, first off, this fabricated bullshit of the NFL making them a dynasty so they could stop talking about our Patriots, awarding manholes all calls to pad his stats so he could challenge Brady. It's all bullshit. Then there's big nose bitch of a wife, just an absolute attention whore that got her talons into Mahomes as soon as she's seen an easy life. And don't get me started with this whole shifty bullshit. Like you want to put this team in the Super Bowl so you can get an extra 3 million 13-year-old girls to watch. Fuck you. Fucking Patriots. We had Tara Reid in her prime. So fuck you. Rest that O-line and please take these fucks out. Thank you,
Tell
Skinny.
us how you really
Thank you,
feel.
Skinny.
Mic drop it. That's it.
Now, as far as the 92 Rumble, I watched the other night, and one thing I noticed, it seemed to move faster. Guys got in and did their work and were tossed out quick.
Yeah, the runway wasn't 200 yards long.
You never seen the ring fill up, but Bobby Heenan was the absolute star of the show, in my opinion. Monsoon needling him the whole time with Flair and Bobby having a nervous breakdown every time someone new came in was gold. Here's my question. What is everyone's favorite Rumble? Love you guys. Will be in PA soon at the end of July. I'm going to need that Sandman strain. A favorite Rumble? I'm going 92, but I also love 04 that I was at. Great Rumble as well. Ollie?
I think I'm going 2000 when Rikishi and Scotty Too Hottie
did the dance,
were doing the dance
and the Rock and Big Show ended. Hack, you got a favorite Rumble?
Yeah, the one I was in.
Yeah,
I
okay.
dominated it totally for 5 seconds.
Ty, any favorite Rumbles?
Not one that comes to the top of my head.
Okay. All right, guys, this is the last email of the day. Here we go. This piece of shit, Kevin. Kevin from Dayton, Ohio writes
I
in,
love you, Kevin.
I'm quadrupling
Love you,
down
Kevin.
and rolling with the Chiefs.
Can you even quadruple down when you're like 0-3? Like,
No,
do they
you're
even
in debt right now.
You
Debt
know,
collectors
if
are
you have
after
enough
you.
cash, you can always
I don't think you got the
do
IRS
that.
on him.
Go Birds, Kev. Up yours. The Eagles are going to take care of business. But before we go, the cane of the week, toast of the week, Hack.
Nope, nothing. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been